Welcome to Double KO Radio, guys. We've had a busy weekend here on both ends from David and I. Say hi, David.
You told me to not say shit.
No, I know. I meant the whole intro part until
Okay.
yeah, so that you don't ruin the intro again.
Hey guys.
It's funny because it's such a short intro. It's really hard to
And we mess it up every time.
Yeah. There's been a lot of news lately. Well, not really news, just character reveals. We're gonna talk about the Kollector today. That was at the Kombat Kast, right? That's what it's called.
See.
The Kombat Kast on Twitch. They revealed a trailer for the Kollector and showed his game style and gameplay on Erron Black and on Noob Saibot. And actually today, the day that we decide to record this, trailer dropped for Mortal Kombat, a TV spot trailer that actually revealed that Kitana was going to be a part of the roster.
That's confirmed, yeah.
Yeah, it's confirmed. You want to talk how that trailer went, David? Do you remember?
Confirmed with a K.
Yeah, confirm.
Oh my god.
It sounded exactly the same, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
No matter how carefully I say it, like if I think K in my mind and then say it, confirm, sounds different, right? No?
Yeah. For me,
did you feel the K in there when I said confirm?
Yeah, like a Spanish K.
I don't know what that means. Anyway, the trailer.
I just stumbled upon it. I was browsing on Twitter because I'm a Twitter god, and I was browsing. I saw Ed Boon posting this TV post, saying like 13 more days or something like that for the new Mortal Kombat. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a TV spot, right? Because I didn't even read the hashtag. I just clicked it. And then I was like, one of those very costly TV ads with humans and then, or like real actors and shit like that. Just like a minute trailer and it costs like more than that it should. But anyway, so I don't recognize just random people, right? And I see them like someone just his regular eyes turning into scorpion eyes.
We got a bunch of NPCs doing stuff.
Yeah. Probably models somewhere. I don't know. And they just basically showing or mentioning like when the call comes, where you're gonna be there, you gotta represent for whatever it costs. And then we see this girl, she has like white hair, I think it is. It's like whiter hair, curly hair. And she transformed into CGI Kitana, right? Like not dead Kitana, not Revenant Kitana, just the Kitana that we used to know, the alive one. Maybe for a time travel thing. And she's fighting Scorpion and CGI and like a couple of hits she does, a couple of flippy kicks. And then the trailer stops. And then that's it. I was like, and then I read the tag and it says Kitana confirmed by Ed Boon. I was like, oh shit, okay, so it had a purpose. So that's pretty dope. And yeah, and then I sent it
to you. Yeah, she looks good. So I like her character model. She looks really good.
I like her outfit too. Like it just, I don't know, it feels Kitana, right? But like new Kitana.
Yeah, well, you see the fans too. Like when you see the NPC actress, the fans come on. You're like, oh, cool, Kitana and stuff. But you still don't. It doesn't really ring a bell that that's what's happening until she changes into it, and then you're like, whoa, that character model looks really good.
Really good, yeah, exactly.
Oh shit! They just kind of dropped the bomb here.
Yeah, and she looks like, how they're redesigning but keeping the nature of the character. Some of them completely redesigned that it just looks much better.
Yeah.
She still feels Kitana, but definitely, like, I would definitely say that redesign looks good for her.
It's funny that you mentioned that too, because there's been a lot of videos randomly on my feed about
people Mortal Kombat is dead. 10 reasons why
10 reasons why Fortnite killed Mortal Kombat. Next video, Fortnite is dying and this is why. No, but it's more about the outfits and the all the females in the game being toned down sexually. And the males, are still kind of like showing a lot of flesh. and I actually came across, what's the guy's name? I saw
Sugar
his
Punch.
Sugar Punch. What is that? Is it just Sugar Punch?
Sugar Punch ABA, I think it is. Let me see.
I'm not
Something like
sure,
that.
but he makes amazing videos. I've watched some of his videos before on something that's a big pet peeve of
Because he's an
mine,
artist too.
mine's and David's, which is a lot of the
Sugar Punch
animations.
design works.
Yeah, so check out his YouTube. He does really good stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
But his point was basically something that made a lot of sense, which was in the era where those bikini ninjas were made.
Boy, what is bikini ninja, bro? Can you explain what bikini ninjas are first?
Well, it's just
because for me, it sounds like girls on Baywatch.
Well, there was just a lot more sexualization with female character designs in the Mortal Kombat universe, as opposed to what's going on right now with the current game. Gotcha. And his point was that the tone of the games have changed drastically enough that it doesn't suit, like those designs from before, they don't suit the severity of like how violent the games have gone and how more hyper realistic the like, you know, the fatalities and stuff has gotten. Like, it doesn't make sense as much to put them there. So he's impartial either way. He doesn't really care about the the whole the topic of the topic itself. It's not something he's really interested in. He's just putting his viewpoint on it, and it's a pretty smart viewpoint on it, because more people are upset than they would have thought. Than NRS would have thought of their decision to change it to be more toned down when it comes to skin.
Yeah. I didn't saw it, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. But what you're mentioning, for me, what it sounds like, for me, myself, what it sounds like is that I guess the way that they look like that was to make it separate from Street Fighter from the other fighting games, as in the serious fighting game, not the comical one. Yeah. And when you see those type of attire, the first thing you think in your head is mature, like adults, like grown-ups, not like in Street Fighter you have I know Street Fighter Cammy had like a bathing suit, which doesn't make sense or whatever, being in the army like that and shit like that. But it wouldn't take more of them doing adult stuff on top of that, like killing people or gruesomely fighting, right? It was still more comical art, like comic or superpower artists for Street Fighter, right? Like that would be the difference between them. So that's what I would take, like, as in why they were like bikini ninjas. They all had like this universal bikini, and then they had these straps around their chest, like lines to show cleavage and stuff like that, and all their butt is out and stuff like that. But once again, I think they did that once again too, because King of Fighter had it, right? Mai Shiranui, a ninja, with her outfit, and she was showing her butt and her boobs were bouncing and all that stuff. But once again, she's not doing things gruesome and stuff like that. So then again, it falls into the category of more cartoonish or animated, right? When here they have real life models doing these things, because Mortal Kombat 3 is when it started all this thing, like really bikini ninjas, I would say. Because Mortal Kombat 2 still didn't feel like super bikini ninjas until 3, I would say.
Yeah. Well, also what he pointed out too was like to I guess counter the what people are saying, that all the guys are bare chested and all that stuff. But the thing that he pointed out in his video was that the animations for when the bikini ninjas were popular, a lot of them were very sexualized poses and movement and all that stuff. And he showed them in the video that showed very strippery kind of wind poses and stuff like that when the characters were doing things. And guys are all they are showing more skin, but they're not portraying themselves in a sexual way. No JoJo's poses or anything like that. It's just like straight up.
It's sweating.
It's just straight up. I'm a big burly dude and I'm gonna kill you. It's not the same context.
And that's it, but it still falls into another type of big topic about it, like why this, why that. But I guess the concept of that is that the girls was still doing animation that still, on top of their look, was still being sexualized,
Yeah.
Instead of the guys just... Yeah, because Jade had definitely a stripper type of pole running around victory pose of 1K9, and I loved it. That shit was awesome. But but yeah, imagine Johnny Cage doing, bare chest, and on top of that doing that, right? Like Val Venus, like pushing his hips forward, like,
Yeah.
and then you're like, whoa, what's going on here?
Or have like one of the guys have like Melina's like just mummy wraps outfit, like barely covering the crotch and butt crack area,
And all his movements are pelvic movement, because remember, it's a movement too. You gotta fall into place. But yeah, I do get it. I'm definitely gonna watch him, man. I'm very interested in the videos he does. I agree with some of the things he does or say.
Yeah.
But yeah, excited for Kitana that they announced. Hopefully, they do on the next Kombat Kast. They do a reveal her. They need to keep pumping these characters. The game is about to release. They need to keep showing them.
I'm still waiting for Devora.
Nah, she's not showing. She's DLC.
Nah, dude, they're gonna show her this Friday.
Nah.
Anyway, let's talk about the Collector. All right. So here's the things that first stood out to me from the Collector, right?
Gotcha.
His normals, and this is something that you had a gripe about Cetrion. His normals suit his character compared to like Cetrion.
Yes.
When it comes to like, this guy's he's not a fucking fighter technically. Yeah. Right? He's more like he has a specific job for in his own personal lore, and his like moves are like more like I just happen to be this big strong alienoid looking being, so I can still mess you up because I still look in like physically imposing, but it revolves more around the tools he's collected throughout the years to defend himself.
Yeah,
as a
the guy knows how he got it,
Yeah. So that's one thing. I thought it was funny that he has the one of the piranha plants moves from Smash Brothers.
The bell,
the charging bell that's either up or down. The first thing I thought, I was like, okay, cool. He charges that, horizontally, and then when it goes slightly vertical, I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking piranha plant.
It hits his fucking height, bro.
And it's cool because you could cancel it too, so it's not like you're stuck. Unlike piranha plant, it's not like you're stuck, in that in that motion. Oh my god. I think
who's the lady?
Siri, you're not a part of this podcast, okay? I don't want to hear.
We have a new member in Double KO Radio. That's a spoiler alert.
First guest on Double KO Radio. Yo, she freaked me out. She's right next to me. Just says hello. Come on, dude. It's not your time to shine. I like his projectile absorbing mechanic.
Oh yeah, I want to say something about that. Yeah,
and that he also can have a teleport to help him get that mix up. Like that was well thought out. That he has stuff like teleport, or that he has stuff like the bullet trap. The thing that he throws and it kind of
snares you.
And it snares you and it traps you there for like a second. He has a regular command grab. I think the strongest move that I thought that it looked like could be potentially strong would be the ground green flame thing that does DOT damage, which is
damage over time.
Because it has a good area, and you could do it in the air, and you can do it in the ground, and you have three.
Oh, you can do it in the air, right? Yeah, I forgot.
It has three different ranges on where you can shoot it: close, medium, and far.
Medium, far.
So I thought that was really strong, and that's basically what I got from him. He seemed like a cool character. The only thing I would say about his design is he has 6 arms, but it doesn't matter that it has 6 arms because for the most part, unless it's like in an animation where it's like a grab. Or in the middle of a combo that's like an animation that continues on its own. Every limb is like its own independent thing, which is still cool, but it almost doesn't matter that it has 6 arms because it's still everybody's taking turns. Like all the arms are taking turns doing what they gotta do.
And 2 of them are holding a backpack, so
yeah, they're busy. They're busy holding
2 of them are literally holding.
This is where the stuff is.
Yeah, he should slap you with that hand. That hand must be mad brawling. Pa! Instant kill.
All right, what's your
to piggyback on what you mentioned? The counter projectile that he has, it's very true because they said in the video like collecting the projectile. You know,
Yeah.
he takes your projectile and collects it, and then he throws one of his own. And I think that's really cool. Even if it's not true or not, I think the concept of it will fit even better the character, right?
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, you know, he's not a fighter. He's not doing kung fu stuff. He's just doing as greedy things as he can to get away with. You see those very low on the ground slices with his dagger that he finds on his book bag. He feels like a violent Cienko from Darkstalkers. And then Cienko, just so you don't know, Cienko is a ghost, a Chinese ghost in Darkstalker Capcom fighting game, and her tools about her was that she has long arms, very big ass arms that she used, and she throws different items like chains, knives, everything, swords, and that's what it reminds me of him, but in a way that he has all that shit in his book bag, you know, and he's just picking and choosing what is the best. His attacks feels very bizarre too, which it also feels fits how he looks because he looks very crazy.
He's a weirdo.
Like,
he's the weirdo. Like,
but weirdo, but in a cool way though. You know how
but
ugly weirdo.
Yeah, but there's like also like you know every fighting game there's a weirdo that people hate losing to. I think he's gonna be that weirdo.
The comic character, I don't think so.
He's gonna be like, oh, this fucking guy lost to him. Oh, he's so weird.
Yeah, but not because he looks crappy type of thing.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Like he's the Faust, like the Guilty Gear. You know, there's the Faust that he throws multiple items. But he looks really cool, right? I definitely like some of his other alternate outfits. But in the terms of combat, again, I think that's the most that impacted me in the review was that he has magic, right? He has magic. He does this stomp that he has like a dark flames, and he throws these dark flames on the. So he's either some kind of sorcerer or some kind of magical beast that Shao Kahn found. And you know he's there for his own sake. So he's going to kiss ass as much as he can as long as he can get whatever he can. So he seems like the right hand of Shao Kahn right now, like the sleazy boy, the one that's going to do all the dirty works, you know? So I think this guy is going to have a big impact in the story based on who he is.
What's really cool, like one of my favorite things about him was when he has his win pose and he really shows his character there, and it really shows like there's a reason for fighting, because you know, don't touch my stuff, don't touch my precious. Don't touch my stuff, you know. And the cameraman's getting too close and he's like, hey, I didn't see you there, don't touch my stuff, you know. I'm protecting it, I'm collecting it for this dude. He'll get mad.
Yes, another one. They had a bunch of smokes, and then he just open his hand, and he just looks forward. Not sure if you saw that one.
I don't know. I don't remember that one.
The other one, it wasn't part of the Kombat Kast. I guess it was maybe something else that they did, or like fighting or something. I don't know what it was. Maybe a Game Informer.
What do you think about his like fatal blow and fatality?
But wait, I haven't finished his move.
Oh, okay, my bad.
His move, the other move that you mentioned, like the chakram that he throws, like the other stuff that he does, like he throws a chakram and then he gets stuck in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that move.
That move looks really awesome. Like, dude, like he throws it at you, and then your character gets stuck in there, like, and then he can literally walk all the way to you and then continue a combo. You know, I think that's really, really cool. And
I thought you mentioned the other move where he throws a thing and it gets stuck in you.
Yeah, that's when if you meter burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you meter burn, it gets that chakram shit that he throws. Yeah, I think that move for me was the best move that he has. His fatal blow looked gruesome as hell. But I feel there's a lot of knife in the back as fatal blows in this game. Jade slices you ass in the back and crashes you down. Yeah, right? This guy goes like a multiple million stabs in your back. Well, Scarlet doesn't do it in the back, but she also does it in the front. She stabs him multiple times in the front, and then she slices up. Like, it feels like, it is still cool, but it still feels like around the same concept, like too similar to me.
Yeah.
But what it takes it apart is the ending. That ending is insane, dude. He stabs your head, and then he looks at the camera smiling, and then he slices like down your neck. I think that was insane, like how he shows.
Yeah,
like,
that was pretty brutal. I was like, it's more like brutal. Yeah, like more like like it's more to the point. Like, nah, you're dying, buddy. You're dying,
and the
buddy.
camera angles are so good. Like, you see his face like smiling or grinning. That was insane. That was really cool. I actually like that better than
the fatality, right?
Than the fatality, yeah. And the fatality, of course, a lot of people saying remnants a lot of Melina from MKX, because Melina used to push you down, jumps on you, and she scratches your stomach until she rips it apart, and she starts eating whatever comes out of that. While your character is like, oh my god, like going down, and then he dies, which is bizarre. It's crazy. And this one feels similar, but he's collecting those things, right? Like, what is the most important things like this? The kidneys, the thing. I think he's a surgeon. He should be a surgeon. And then he's collecting all this stuff, putting it in his bag. And then the last part, I think, is the best one. He hits you with is it 2 of his fists, or all 6 of his fists, or 4 of them? And all that blood comes out of your whole, because he rips your head off, too, on top of that.
Collects your head, dude.
You remember in the 90s? You remember in the 90s, those drinks, the Gushers drinks that you used to squeeze them? That's what it looks like, what he does to you when he pushes you down. Boom! And all that juicy juice comes out of you like, shah! Really cool. I liked it. I like that part. That part was great. But very fitting fatality for him. Him as a newcomer, I'm impressed. Dude. Yeah. As a newcomer, I'm impressed. I cannot be like, well, plays like this character, or no, I can't, because he feels very new and very unique. Cool. Yeah. Unique. All his weird attacks is really awesome. I like him.
Who you want to go into next, Noob Saibot or Erron Black?
Let's go Erron. Okay. Because Noob is very similar, since they mentioned some of the stuff before.
Yeah. So here's what I got from Erron Black. The dynamite throw, interesting.
Yes.
Cartoony, but it's still like.
You mean his grab? He grabs you.
Yeah.
Shoots you, throws the dynamite, and oh my god, that's insane.
And then they juggle it twice, and then it just explodes in their face.
Yes, and then his hat blows off, and he grabs it and then puts it back. That's insane.
Thought it was funny, but it's still kind of cartoony, because it's just like. These guys are like super skilled warriors. It's dynamite.
Yeah.
Usually would be able
to. But
he
shot you, though. Didn't he shot you first?
I like his normals, because again, it's not like weird kung fu stuff. He's more of a brawler. He's more like a bar fight. It just looks straight out of a bar fight. It's pretty cool for the most part. The only thing I didn't like was his drop kick animation. It's just,
he feels like he's like a board, like a table.
It almost looks like what are those physics you like? What is that called again?
Ragdoll physics.
It looks it looks like somebody pressed the ragdoll physics button and unpressed it right away. Like it was they unpressed it right away, so they stopped his momentum from flying.
Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know. It needs, like, the way to fix that would be like he needs more momentum, more keys in his animation. Like he needs to it needs to look like he's doing a jump, like one of those Olympic jumpers. Like you gotta think about it like that. He needs to have the momentum where he's raising his arms, raising his knees to his chest, and then forcing it through.
Yeah.
And then getting up a little better than the way he gets up. He gets up like awkwardly fast.
Too fast, and he lands too weird. Like he doesn't land force, no impact.
Yeah, no impact or nothing. Yeah, it just looks too bizarre. It doesn't look like, again, like when you make the characters look so realistic, they need to have some type of laws of gravity still, because gravity still exists in the game.
You know what it looks like? It looks like whoever did the mocap. Obviously they have like a mattress on the floor, so he just landed on the mattress comfortably, so there was no impact for him to feel anything or react anyway. So he just boom and got up. Hey, I'm good. Yeah. That's what it feel like. I'm definitely not a fan of it.
The acid jar is cool.
The reptile jar, acid jar.
Reptiles, acid.
That's
jar.
Important though.
Sure.
Because everyone is saying reptile is dead because of that.
Mm-hmm. So. Really interesting what they did with the rifle, and me is because I have a PTSD over having to deal with characters like Deathstroke in Injustice, and having a tough time with a really bad matchup, like a clear bad matchup, because online you could see who you're picking. So I would pick one character, and then they had a different character, but once I picked that other character, they switched to Deathstroke, knowing that it was that bad of a matchup.
Bam, bam,
So
bam, bam.
what
Yeah.
I like that they did with the rifle mechanics is not make it oppressive. So or not give it a chance to make it oppressive because as soon as you turn it, you put on that rifle, he's walking forward, and you
Yes.
can cancel it. And
Unless you shoot.
well, you still cancel it. You just put it away. You have 8 bullets, and the bullets need to get reloaded into the gun, and the game keeps track of how many bullets are in your in the chamber.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
That alone makes it a not toxic as Deathstroke in the other games.
Because you gotta pick and choose when to use that gun, and it's cool because they complement the gun with the Nether Beast trap, which is like a bear trap that you put down, and it's pretty slow to put down too, and it doesn't last that long. So it has to. So again, it's more something that you can't just do it all the time,
or just emptily like that.
Yeah, it's cool. You can kick it forward too to try and catch people, like to whiff punish somebody.
I don't like the kick animation though. Once again, no power, no strength. It feels like you have a action figure and you flipped it the leg with your finger and they move up.
Yeah,
that's how it looks.
Just kind of moves forward, like no wheels on the thing. Somehow it moves forward like that.
Yeah. Wheels would be funny.
He also has a command grab. I don't know, like all the characters have a command grab. It's just
no, but I have something to say about that. Yeah,
and I like that he basically has a projectile parry, but it's really stylized for him.
That's mad epic.
Because it's just basically shooting the thing out of the way. Now, one question I do have though for something like that is, can the bullet parry energy? Because they didn't show that. They showed a physical thing being thrown. They showed like Kano's, like knives or something being thrown at the bullet.
I'm assuming energy. The only couple projectors, Noob, which we're gonna get into that.
Okay, so that's all I got on Erron Black. He seems all right. I wouldn't pick him, but he seems all right. He's well thought out.
I like that they fix his multiple punches combination, because those tantrum punches that he used to have pushing forward like in your stomach with the longest limbs ever.
Yeah,
I hated it. I hated how horrible it looked. I hated everything about it. Everything. Like, no one that is supposed to be like a bar fighter like that will do that ever. That shit looks like tantrum punches, dude.
Yeah.
Like someone had to defend themselves for the first time ever, and that's the first thing they did. I like how they fix it. He does a couple of gut punches, hits you in the face, then hits you overhead. It looks good. I like also the only animation that can vouch for it, using the same punch multiple times, is his pistol whip.
Yeah.
But what I mean by that, they do the same punch 3 times motion, and it looks dumb.
Yeah, it looks kind of dumb. Like, if you try to find that kind of punch in MMA or something, like you have good luck, because you're not going to find somebody trying to do 3 variations of a jab, like with the same hand in succession, unless like they're trying to style on the dude because he's already almost knocked out, and it just happens to be the arm that's out there and they're fast enough for something. They got impeccable hand speed. But like it's rare that you can't try to catch somebody off guard by punching with the same punch 3 times,
but even
like in a combo.
Yeah, even in a combo. That's my point. Yeah. Like in a combo. So anyway, so he does a pistol whip, that makes great sense. He's hitting you. Normally you would, right?
Yeah.
The pistol whip, like bam, bam. That makes sense. You don't have to use that.
Yeah, because that's the hand that has the weapon in it.
Force. Exactly. So it makes sense. Imagine if he has a pistol whip and he hits you with the other one.
It's just like having a knife in your hand. It's like, you just swing the thing. You got a knife.
Exactly. So I like that. I like that they fixed that. The slide still feels weird, how he has so much momentum. That guy has to be the most explosive man ever, because he has so much momentum to slide upon you with such a force. That he doesn't get stuck with you, like, like.
Dude, he practiced that thing, man, in the desert. So imagine,
dude, it just looks bad. As a slide, it has to be the worst slides in video game history. Because think about this, right? Even Sub-Zero, a fucking ninja with magic, that he throws ice, so you could maybe, say that he puts ice to slide better. He just hits you, and then your character moves the same direction that you're hitting him. He don't hit you so strong that you go over his head unless you do like a meter, right? Because that's when he does that. He slides under you with such a ice power, that he slides under you. This guy don't give a shit. This guy slides under you, and he slides just enough that he passes over you. You go over his head. Very cartoonish. I know I'm just being very picky, but it's just I don't get it. I don't get his slide. The command grab looks good. I think the command grab looks well. I feel like that's gonna be a go-to move because how good it looks, how people like it. Yeah. And one of his normals that he shoots you up, I think it was really cool. Like he end tips the whole revolver, shooting you up like da 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 da. I think that was really cool. The fatal blow,
both were kind of
And I mean by just in case. They've been showing him as a very trickster. This one, he's a very trickster shot, which was one of his variation, I believe. That he does all this shooting up, shooting down, has all these things. And he does cool stuff, right? He shoots you in your throat, which is the first one. He looks crazy, and then he shoots these coins, right? He shoots these coins, and then it hits you in your eye. But it feels very underwhelming. I don't know. Yeah. For me, it feels very underwhelming. Yeah. It would be more cool because he throws the revolver at you in your head, and then the revolver hits you in the head, and then it bounces back, not sure how, and then he grabs it, right? You know how cool it would be that when he throws the revolver hits him, and then when it hits him, it triggers the trigger, and then it shoots his head, some shit like that, you know? That would be cool.
Yeah, because then you'd be definitely be like, wait, how'd you do that? Damn, exactly. You're good. When did you have time to practice this?
And that would be crazy. I don't know. I feel underwhelming.
Yeah, the fatality too is kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, the acid thing, right? Mm-hmm. He throws the acid. Some people say that it feels cowboy. I don't know. I don't watch much cowboy movies, but it felt like it's very cowboy. The 2 shots in the knee looks cool. Bang. That looks cool. But it reminds me of Cassie Cage Mortal Kombat 10. She shoots both of your knees, and then she shoots you in the head, and then she puts the bubble gum in your head, and then it fills up with blood and pops out. She's pretty cool. But that gives a personality to her, right? I think it was cool until he throws the acid. He throws the acids on the floor. I don't know. It's just what he should have done better, though. It would be cool if he would have shot you those two things, right? And
you know what I think he should have done as the character's like, you know, he knows, you know, the character's all messed up on the floor, right? He's walking all nonchalantly towards them, right? And he's walking kind of past them to when he gets to their torso, and then he just does like a people's elbow and smashes them, and that's how they get their face into.
Oh. or to follow that one up, he passes by them and he throws the acid jar behind him like cool guys don't look at explosions. Yeah. And then you know he's just why is he walking mad cool out of it? You see? NRS, bro? You heard it here first. Or he would shot both of your legs, and instead of throwing the acid jar, he throws that bear trap right in front of your face, and you just falling down like,
check this out. Check this out. He takes out an acid jar thing, right? Starts pouring it out and then he starts shooting through it so that every bullet tip has that acid in there. Jar. And then when it lands in the person's body, it has like this animation, like he's shot through him and it's burning and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Nice.
Anyway, let's talk about some Noob Saibot.
Noob Saibot, yes.
So here we go. What do I like? I like that he has a tombstone power driver.
Well,
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
His clone tackle has this weird thing, right? Where if you do 10 of them,
not just the tackle though, any shadow.
Is it? I thought it was just the tackle.
That's the gimmick with him. Sorry to cut you off.
She keeps scaring the shit out of me.
He was like, hey. She puts like, no, wait. It's 10 shadows.
Don't be incorrect, Poe. Okay, so when I heard it, I thought it was just the tackle. So I was worried about that being a really spammy move just to get that. So it's just 10.
It is still spammy, though. But it's 10 shadow moves.
Okay. So... And I had another question like that. I wish I was there to ask those guys. Does it stack between rounds? Do you think it stacks
it's
between
10.
rounds?
Yeah, because the fatal blows. Once you play the game, you get it better. The condition goes through rounds.
Okay, good. His teleport looks kind of cheap. His low clone.
It's not safe though.
clone slide looks kind of cheap. I'm talking.
That,
Look,
that
hold
looks-
on, bro. And his clone dive kick looks very cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying all of this as in terms of like for the net play. All those moves look like I looked at all three and I'm like, damn, in net play that's just gonna be tough to deal with. He has an unblockable projectile that drains stamina
and does damage.
He has an anti-air grab. I like anti-air grabs. The only overhead he has is a special move that he throws the clone arcing above you.
Yeah.
He has a weird sickle teleport thing. And fatal blow tackling grab. Those are the things. Those are the moves that like stood out for me. Other than that, I could care less about this.
What about his normals?
His normals, I don't know. Didn't really see that. Like the way they said it, they didn't really. His normals weren't that as important as his specials, so they didn't really stick with them as much. So I didn't pay attention as much to the normals.
Gotcha. I like the animation. I always was a fan of them in MK9 because you punch the shadow punch and then you do something else like that. I think that was very, very creative, very cool, and they just did that but better now. Like the animation looks better. The how it turns into goo looks better. It doesn't just go boom done. Like he just dissolves like really cool. And the unblockable projectile. So that was the thing in Mortal Kombat. I think it is. He does the same projectile, right? But when it hits you, or you can block it, but when it hits you, you cannot block. Your character cannot block.
Yeah.
So that was super cheap, right? But then again, that character looked like a cheap character, looked like a joke character, how crazy, powerful he was or whatever. And here, being unblockable, my issue is that it does damage, dude. And so far, we got command grabs that are unblockable. But command grab, you have to be up close, Yeah. And they say, well, it has a wind up.
You gotta like fish for it. You gotta fish for the command grab.
That's correct. And it probably is very slow, but once again, it's still unblockable. Take that into what you just said. Net play. By the time you react, you fuck. Now, if you can just crouch like most projectiles and avoid it, like in this game, it's just still one of the safest options. You space it out and you do that. And I'll be like, well, they can do recovery and they can do all this stuff. Yeah, but it's still unblockable. Like it's still very, very strong. Like way too strong. I don't think it should be unblockable. Oh, if it is unblockable, it should not do damage. Taking already the defense and the attack bar already is huge in this game, dude. Yeah. So because some abilities uses that regularly. Some characters have abilities that just uses that. And then some of your defensive option, of course, or EX move will be like that. So it feels very strong. Anyway, I like the character. It's one of my favorite characters. I feel that that's gonna be very cheap online, dude. And by cheap, I don't mean like, well, get good. And so I just feel like it's gonna be very frustrating for the masses, to deal with something like that. Maybe I could be wrong. There's a lot of things in this game that I might not know, but I just didn't like it much being unblockable.
Yeah.
They did mention that he's a special move character base, which is okay, but then again, you did something specifically to Erron Black to not be the spammy guy, right? Because every move that you do has a consequence type of thing, right? Yeah. That you shoot, you move forward. You do this trap, is kind of slow. You throw an asset, it's fine, but then it's an AoE that you can move away from it. With him, it's just go ham, keep throwing that shit. They jump, do this, teleport. They're next to you, teleport. And maybe that's the concept of the character, but why go extreme into some other person to make them less of a, like he mentioned this. Erron Black is a smart zoner, so that means that they have brain dead zoners like Noob Saibot,
Yeah.
And he was like that in Mortal Kombat 9. I figured that it would change a little bit there.
Can the clone be hit?
No.
See, that's another thing too. Like, I think they
but
should...
it can be reflected.
Well, let's say if the a good nerf, this is a nerf, right? If the clone gets hit, like let's say that a nerf for it would be like you can hit the clone,
and it disappears.
before it hits you, and you could disappear, right? So you got to be more cautious about when to throw it. But if the clone does get hit, it takes one of the numbers down from getting your crushing blow, or whatever that's called.
Because it didn't connect.
Yeah, like it goes backwards instead of
correct.
Like, I got the 10. It'll be like, I'm back to 9, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use him because Saibot, and I always like his move and stuff like that. But then again, in this game, they have like people like Jade. You're projectile invincible. You have Scorpion teleporting. You have a lot of armor moves that you probably can armor through it. But we will see. We'll see. I want to see how it goes by that. His fatal blow is still cool. We saw it in the reveal, right? Like he grabs you, kicks you. It feels not ninja though. It doesn't feel ninja enough for me. Or Green Reaper enough. His fatal blow.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel ninja enough. He grabs you, kicks you, teleports, kicks you in the face.
Yeah. Well, the landing like that is kind of ninja, because that's how ninjas stand on rooftops. Like usually you see them portrayed like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of landing on you like a ninja would stand on the roof.
Yeah. Just feel more barbaric than ninja. Because how he slams you down and stuff like that, know? And it would be cool if he would hold you and then he goes ninja on you, and then he kills both of you, like the shadow and you, but because it's a shadow, it doesn't matter, type of thing. I don't know. That would be more cool. And then his fatal blow, of course, is incredible. I mean, his fatality is incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
He guts you and then he throws the shadow inside of you,
and the shadow
by stabbing you. And the shadow goes peekaboo, and that was incredible. I think so good. He feels like they, for the hype that they were on the character, right? Like there was a lot of hype, new Saibot, and stuff like that. Like they didn't went much in it, They just redesigned some of his move, and then that was it,
Well, also too, like now, even though they show these characters, they were mentioning, there's more moves that are to be seen. So, and now that there's gonna be most likely two set presets to choose from in like ranked and competitive or whatever, like we can't really gauge too well on what he's gonna have. There's some or if any of the moves that they haven't showed that he does possess are gonna be a part of those move sets, and if not, then
you're right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Which is right. Which is, unless you have anything to say, it leaves me. I can piggyback on that on something else.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
The moves, the selected move, and all that stuff that you were mentioning, that defines the character and all that stuff. When they're doing the Kombat Kast and they're talking about move variation, why even talk about that? If that's basically that is for the casual players, that's not as intended to be played in tournament play. Yeah. You mentioned about all this variation that I'm not gonna have control about picking. Mm-hmm. So why do setups and sets? Oh, let me do this. This is the set that I have, and it does this. This is the theme of the set that I had, because I even had one with Jade.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not, and I practiced that set a lot, and probably might not be the set.
Dude, what do you think are the odds that he's saying, like the way he's wording it, like if he's making those set, but we're just seeing the two presets?
Dude, that could be true.
We're just seeing the two presets, and we're like, oh, dude, he showed all of these things weeks ago. Oh shit, okay, we're used to the idea now.
I would love for that to be maybe that, because some of the sets, that guy seems like a very smart guy when he's doing those sets, and like he has a concept idea of why he's putting those things there,
Yeah.
Once again, like he said, we're not just putting things randomly. Like him himself might be just his taste for it, but he feels like he has a concept idea. Why am I putting this? Which is also a fun part of the game, to be honest. When I was doing that with Jade, it's like, I'm gonna try. This sounds fun, and then when it sounded fun, but it didn't interpret it as fun when I was using. I was like, it doesn't translate as well. Let me change it up.
Yeah,
that part alone was fun for me. Very fun. Finding out that what fits to your play style, or what, as I was learning the game, I found doing other moves were better for me than the ones that I was doing. As an example, right? I never, when I started with Jade customization, I never used the air projectile she has. I was using more ground-based move. That was me learning the game. As I got more comfortable with the game, I start learning that, hey, I can use this as a tool of zoning. I can actually cancel my jump attacks to that. Because I learned the game a little bit better, those other moves became more viable for me and for my playstyle. So that alone for me is very fun. But if they take that away, I'm still looking forward to see how they're going to do it,
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting.
That's a good point you mentioned, though. That's stuck in my head. that might be. That's a great point, dude. Mm-hmm.
You got anything else?
No. I'm excited to see who you think. This is going to be Kitana, you think? Next time?
Could be. I really don't care as long as I see Devore and they already mentioned Devore. She's not coming.
We talk about this.
They mentioned her. They're not going to lie.
She died. Did you saw the stage that has the Hive Queen dead in the floor?
No.
That's her.
Nah, she killed her, bro. She was birthed from her.
No, that's her. That's her.
Her birth was so incredible. She's gonna be the next fucking Miriam.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Meruem from Hunter x Hunter.
I hope she's really cool too, man. Because having a cool character in this game, at least doing moves, I think it helps with the playstyle, because in this game feels rewarding doing those things.
Yeah.
Getting someone with a bang and all this weird, because the animations are very long in some of these attacks. And it feels good though doing it. Yeah. Doesn't feel good getting hit by
it. Yeah, good luck. Good luck to us versus Noob Saibots online.
Yeah, I'm gonna be one of them.
Oh snap, mirror match time. Alright guys, thanks for listening in. Mm-hmm. We'll see you next time with another podcast very soon. Hit the follow or the sub or whatever it is. Show us some love.
Let us know who you're more excited for too.
Yeah, let us know who you're thinking about maining.
Who they show most of the cast now. Let us know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.